Hello everyone, we got extra news for today's video. So, today I tweeted out on which days will the economic collapse happen. If we go down here to the replies from Val Jester, Thursday or Friday. Why? Because of this. On what day did the Great Depression happen? We see right here, October 24th, 1929. The Great Depression was a worldwide economic depression that lasted 10 years. It began on Black Thursday, October 24th, 1929. Over the next 4 days, stock prices fell 22% in the stock market crash of 1929. So, as we can see, guys, I mean, if there will be a new financial system, the crash needs to take place first in order for them to bring out the new financial system. Remember, problem, reaction, and solution. Now, it's not if, but when. But if we go down here from Val Jester, we see right here, famous last words. Fed's Yellen expects no new financial crisis in our lifetimes. Isn't that interesting that she's saying we expect no new financial crisis in our lifetimes, in quotations, guys? I mean, at this point, anything is possible. Remember, they don't really state the truth. They just give clues and hints. Okay, now let's jump into the Dow Jones. I want to show you guys something. So, if we go back in time, guys, so this was the 1929 right here, when the crash all started over here. It fell about 90% from the top, guys. That is pretty crazy. Now, if we go back in the modern time, which is right now, back in the day, which was last year, we see this take place. And you guys know what type of crash this was. You guys remember it. This was a about 37% crash. Now, everyone was panicking and people were crying back then. Now, just imagine, because if a new financial system does come live, they need to crash it very hard. If we go back to this trend line, it should be a 76% drop. I mean, guys, it has to be so bad that people are crying, that people are panicking. And then, guys, what helps this whole new economy? It's going to be XRP if the crash does take place, which I'm sure it will, guys. The time is near. If we go to Arcolex tweet, we see this picture right here. If we go down here, he's predicting a stock market crash, just like the crashes in the past when men jump from the windows and buildings because their fortunes were gone in an instant. I hope he's wrong. Guys, remember, the crash has to be so bad that people are doing these types of activities. I mean, guys, I just want you guys to get prepared for whatever does take place at the end of the day. If we go to my tweet right here, remember, guys, the sun will shine at the end of the day. There will be rainbows at the end of the day when the storm does pass. Next one comes from Kevin Cage. Coinbase is the next Facebook. Really, Coinbase stock is poised to soar when it debuts because the company is built to be a bank and banks make money. Guys, Coinbase talking about banks. Remember, a lot of people hate the banks. Why? Because they think Bitcoin and all these other cryptocurrencies will destroy the banks. That's not how it's going to work, guys. Remember what the banks are, and remember what XRP is doing with the banks, guys. You guys see the connections are being made right here, connecting the dots. Next it comes from Minus Wells. Stop telling people about XRP. Seriously, who's going to clean your pool if everyone is rich? ADA freaks will cut my grass. Uni freaks will paint my house. Uni freaks will paint my houses. Angry Quant ERC20 freaks will clean the toilets, and Bitcoin maxis will sell me my groceries. XRP. So again, guys, I mean, this was a very funny tweet that I looked at. Next comes from Let It Be. Breaking alert. Visa and Mastercard world outage. Customers are reporting credit card payments crashes at restaurants and stores across the US, including Chick-fil-A and IKEA. Guys, I mean, what other pictures and wordings do we need to see? Because remember, Mr. Poole gave us many warnings. Again, look at the economy's health. That's very important. That's like a big hint to what's to come. Financial Times has tweeted out, Bitcoin cannot replace the banks. For several hours on Wednesday, the digital services the U.S. Federal Reserve uses to clear transfers between banks were offline due to an operational error. Bitcoin holders crowd about the reliability of their payments network, distributed among all the computers mining coins. Chief executive of BlockFi, a crypto lending company, showed more restraint, pointing out on Twitter merely that payments over crypto continue to operate normally. Look at this article. Bitcoin cannot replace the banks. Because no one will replace the banks, guys. Why would they let their power leave? Do you know what I mean? Expert Crypto Wolf has tweeted out, Moneygram is struggling to find a replacement for Ripple. Guys, the show goes on. We see right here. This is hilarious. Moneygram strapped for crash and open to resuming its partnership with Ripple as soon as they prevail in its fight with the SEC. So both companies are trying to come up with some alternatives. Guys, what is happening? There's so much happening. Look at this. Moneygram's finances in dire state without Ripple's millions. Guys, Ripple. Remember XRP. This is how we know they will be in a dire situation, guys. The financial system, the current financial system, liquidity crisis, energy crisis. What do we need? What do we need? Calling for help and crying for help. Oh, we see XRP is the solution. Let's use XRP. And then the new financial system is born. But remember, guys, everything that will take place and has already happened is always pre-planned ahead of time. They're just actors at the end of the day. If there's a resolution to the case, especially if Ripple prevails, then I would say there would be no problem, but that could be a long time. Now, guys, remember, March 2nd, Gary Gensler confirmation. I don't think, in my personal belief and opinion, I do not think that it will be a long time for them to resolve this whole issue with the SEC and Ripple case. I think it will be very quick, guys. Remember, because of this right here, on-demand liquidity. Liquidity, guys, is a huge utility. Remember that. Ripple has tweeted out, blockchain and digital assets like XRP have the power to revolutionize the cross-border payments landscape and continue market interest growth. In our last discussion, we showed how the fragmented landscape of cross-border payments is being redefined by the power of the ISO standardization and the fresh technology approach of RippleNet. Today, cross-border payments are on the cusp of transformation. Blockchain technology and digital assets like XRP can create a more frictionless cross-border payment experience. At Ripple, our mission is to remove friction from global payments and enable money to move the same way that information does today. Banks, helping the banks digitally and instantly. We work with banks. Guys, what do we see here? It's all in front of our faces. It really is, guys. This is crazy. We work with the banks and payment providers to modernize legacy systems using blockchain and digital assets to make sending money around the world easier, faster, and more reliable. Guys, I mean, the banks are not going anywhere. They really aren't. If you can't beat them, you might as well join them. There's a reason why we are invested into XRP, because XRP helps the banks, the banker coin, in quotations, and all of these CEOs of all of these companies know what they are doing, guys. I mean, they're all in the know. They really are. So, guys, so much is happening. Hopefully, you guys are all prepared for whatever is about to take place at the end of the day. There seems to be a lot happening. But anyways, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, please leave a like, subscribe, guys, and feel free to be a member of the channel. See you guys in the next video. Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. And you guys, see ya.
Written it any better. Low interest rates, money's free. You stupid. Massive chaos. And Donald's going to rip the mother economy apart. And he's going to for practice in a good way. This is it. It ain't never going to get anything better. This is like a multiple orgasm the rest of your life, you fucking slags that are in the audience. This is it.
Sometimes I don't want to hear what Dan has to tell me. But as I wrote in one of my blogs, the old man, he's always right. Because he's telling you what you don't want to hear about yourself, but what you know is true. And that is, you're not stepping yourself up. You're not stepping your game up. And you get caught up in fear. As Dan says, false expectations appear in reality.